And good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Friday, November 7th edition of the Makers and Movers podcast. How are you all doing today, folks? Today, we are going to talk about Black Friday without the breakdown. 3 weeks. We're 3 weeks from Black Friday, right? So we're going to talk about how to prep for your biggest weekend of the year without losing your mind. I think it'll be a good thing because we're going through it. We are going through it. Now, if this is your first time here or long time here, and you know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. It is still nice here ish, a little windy, and the bottom's going to drop out, and it sounds like we're getting snow tomorrow. Yay! Not yay. Uh, we got what am I drinking? Galaxy Valley Celsius. AG1. I think I need to switch over to AG1. Why? Maybe they'll give me a sponsorship and I can try some AG1. So AG1, hook a brother up, right? So we can get some AG1 up in this in the morning. Anyone else? AG1 it up? Let's see. Now, uh, if you're first time, long time. I know, yeah, I got all that. Oh, and your 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? We've got DTF. We've got six store builds to do, and we're going to try and bang them all out before Monday. We still got to work on Black Friday deals. We're still working on developing Wizard, and because we're releasing that on Tuesday, if you didn't know. And then we got meetings. And remember, no show on Monday. No show on Monday because we actually have a meeting we're going to be in. So no show on Monday. Now, with that, let's check in. Debbie, thank you so much for becoming a member. Anya, good morning to you. Keith, checking in there from the sunny Space Coast in Florida. Coffee in the cup. Linda, good morning to you. Barb, good morning. North Central Minnesota, 35 and cloudy. Water in the cup, 5 things. 3D printing, DTF, sewing alterations, package ordering, scheduling. Barb's got a busy, busy day there. Hi, Linda. I'm Anya from Barb. Uh, Linda has hot tea in the cup. 5 things: deliver soccer trophies, 3D print, edit photos, post photos. Get ready for veterans event tomorrow. That sounds awesome. I am totally. I need to get a 3D printer. Somebody rubbed it in my face yesterday again. Renee, thanks a lot. As she showed me pictures of hers. Jeff, good morning, people. 57 there in northern Kentucky with Diet Coke in the cup. 5 things. Rinse and repeat, right, Jeff? Rinse and repeat. Jerry, good morning to you. Rustling, good morning. The question on rhinestone colors about some diamond cut orange stones that are basketball orange. Now there are 2 oranges on the website. Which is the basketball orange? Let me do me a favor, Rustling. I'm looking over your comment. But here, let me here. Look, hi. Let me look over your comment. Um, Send me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a picture of this so that way I have this to look at, and I will verify what more of a basketball orange. And that was one of the things that we're going through is that there is so many light shaded things across multiple things that I think some things have come in, some things have went away, and I think that's what's going to keep happening with it. So some things may come, some things may stay, but basketball orange, I will get that for you here in a couple hours, and I'll send it to you. Send me a Facebook message real quick. Just remind me so that way I have that notification too, and I can look in a couple hours for you. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Todd, Linda, Barb, Jeff, and Alania. Yes, yes. Russell, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, we'll go through because I think I know which one it is. And you want hot fix, not flat back, right? Hot fix, not flat back, because there are some subtle differences between all of those as well. So, yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got. Rocking and rolling there. And then, like I said, today, Black Friday without the breakdown. Man, like, are you ready for it? Like, are you ready? Like, we put out our schedule, right? I think I showed that off what we got here as we go through. Thanks, Wrestling. Got your message. Now I'll see it. Next week we got a busy week. Why is a busy week? Hall of Fame members, you are getting your first crack at purchasing the Design Wizard Pro 2026. That's going to be the official name of it. And what we're doing is aligning with Corel. So their versions we know are on the same path as those. So you get first crack at that on Tuesday. On Thursday, we kick off our 12 Days of Christmas flash sales, and that runs through the 23rd. And then on the 18th, right? The 18th, Wizard gets launched for everybody. So we're doing that on the 18th. And then on the 25th, does that sound right? On the 25th, we're starting our Black Friday week. So we'll start that. We'll do some giveaways, we'll do some ball drops, we'll bring all that stuff back, and we're prepping for this. So that's what we got. We are rocky, rolling, busy month to get things going. So pretty excited about that because we're 3 weeks out. 3 weeks out from Black Friday. And in a lot of instances, it is, make it or break it for small business owners, especially, the at-home apparel decorators. This is when the organized really start to shine and the unprepared start to panic. The good news though is you still have plenty of time to make this your most profitable and peaceful holiday season yet. So, if you ever hit Thanksgiving week already running on fumes, I'm pretty sure this episode is going to be for you. Right? Black Friday does not have to be a burnout badge. With a little structure, a pricing refresh, and I think the right strategy, you can run that weekend like a pro and still enjoy your coffee, your Christmas movies, and your Christmas baking while the orders continue to roll in. So today we'll dive in how to prep, promote, and pace yourself before the biggest shopping event of the year. So what do you say? Let's set up to crush your goals without the chaos. And Keith, when I go in, because I do like three, then we go into it and I'll answer. I got it. I got an answer for you. I got an answer. I got an answer for you. All right. So number one, let's batch everything and then let's batch it again. Batching is not just a productivity hack. It is literally a sanity saver. The key to surviving Black Friday is grouping tasks so you can stay focused and move faster. Instead of bouncing between designing, impressing, and packing and posting, let's just do one category of work at a time. Your brain will thank you for that. When you batch similar tasks together, you minimize the number of times that you have to switch gears, which is where most energy and focus get lost at. Batching makes everything smoother. You can print all your transfers in one run. You can prep all your blanks at once, or you can schedule all your social media postings in one sitting. By batching now, what you're doing is you are buying yourself time later. You're buying back your time. If it's like future you is already getting a day off. You'll head into that holiday weekend knowing that every order, every email, and every post is already lined up and ready to go. So, some examples of this is somebody DTF printer. They do by the sheets, and when they do their sheet printing, they only do it once a week. They say, "Hey, printing once a week, every Tuesday. This is when we print and ship." And that's just the way that they have it set up, and it works perfect for them. They still have rolls. They still have rolls, but if people want sheets that are at that's what it is. Tuesdays, those get printed out and they get shipped out. Just stops we just need to go to this printer for that. They just do it once a week on those. Another decorator spends one afternoon a week just laying out next week's social media, laying out next week's email graphics. And they're doing all of this in Canva. They're not waiting till the last minute to make those posts. So, action step is we just need to choose one step to batch this week. Either production, packaging, or marketing, and give it a full day's focus and see how much smoother next week runs for you. Now, number two, price with confidence. Let's say that again. Looking at you, price with confidence. All right. Stop discounting your value. When Black Friday hits, it is very easy to fall in the trap of, hey, I have to offer some huge discounts to compete. Truth is, your customers just aren't buying a shirt. What are they buying? Your creativity, your quality, you, right? Big box stores can discount deeper, but they can't replicate your service or your turnaround time, right? Before you post your sale, you know, well, reviewing, before you post your sale, review your pricing. Make sure that your discounts still leave you with a healthy margin. If your rush fees, setup fees, or custom add-ins aren't clearly built in your price, now it's the time to fix that. You know, you cannot pour from an empty profit margin. You just can't. Confidence in pricing, yeah, hey, that comes from knowing your worth. Do not sell yourself short just because it's Black Friday. People respect clear, fair prices. And I'm telling you, they will pay for quality every time. So, some examples of this is a maker runs a buy two, get one free deal instead of deep discounts, keeps their margins healthy while still creating that sense of urgency. Another printer raised their prices 10% in November, but includes a freebie sample pack. Okay? Value added, not value lost. So, action step for this is let's audit your top 5 bestsellers and calculate your profit per piece after a discount. If it drops below your minimum goal, adjust it now. All right. Number three, three. Number three, we have to promote it like a pro. Early, loud, and consistent. You know, a lot of makers wait until the week of Thanksgiving to start promoting. But if you really want to win, you need to start building that momentum now. We can use these 3 weeks to warm up the audience. We can show sneak peeks. We can tease what's coming. We can get customers excited about our sale, not Amazon's. You know, consistency beats intensity. A few posts a week that highlight your bestsellers, showcase giftable items, and remind customers of your upcoming sale. That is going to do way more for you than one big "it's live" post. Right? The goal is to stay visible without overwhelming your audience. So plan content now, your graphics, your captions, your videos, and start scheduling everything. So when the big day arrives, you're just sipping coffee while your posts post and your orders come in automatically. All right. Some examples of this is a decorator started their countdown to Black Friday post 3 weeks early, right? And showing one product a day with a simple save this for later reminder. Right. Another one uses their email list to send Black Friday sneak peek photos every Friday leading up to the sale. It opened, let me rephrase that. Their open rate tripled. So, action step for this is let's schedule at least 3 promotional posts for next week that tease your sale, include deadlines, deals, and product photos to build that excitement for you. Now, before we move on to 4, let's get back into the comments. Questions, comments, concerns so far. Let's see. I don't know where Renee's at. I don't know where she's at. Probably playing with her 3D printer. Yes. So here's what we're going to do for that, Keith, is there will be, because we go back and forth on it. Because traditionally, when you buy the Wizard, if you want more than 2 licenses, you have to buy another copy of the Wizard, and so on and so on and so on. Which is, I understand that and how it is, but I don't want like someone, let's say like maybe I'm not sure how many licenses you have, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, but I don't want you to have to pay that 30 for every 2 licenses. So what we're going to do is you can buy an additional 2 licenses for a flat fee, and that flat fee, it's going to, it'll just be a flat fee, making sure everything makes sense with the developer for it. But it'll just be a flat fee, and then you'll be able to add those onto your monthly. So if you bought, 6 extra licenses, then you're still paying that same monthly fee. So just one fee, unlimited license can be under that fee, but you will pay extra for those licenses. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Megan, good morning from Miami. And what is that? Alpha Luna Beta? Good morning from New York. Nicole, good morning, Todd Crew. Todd, you never walked me through how to make a gang sheet. Oh, didn't I? I thought I did a video. Let me put that on here, Nicole. Which now it's changed a little because we're making additions to that. Nicole, gang sheet builder video. See, gang sheet builder video. I'm gonna write it on here so that way I have it. Depends. I can need parts. No, nope. There is no parts to it. There was some supplies, like your cutting strips, blades, blade holders. But as far as that, no, everything was through Graph Tech. So that's pretty good. Noah's Ark should be here soon in Ohio. Oh, I'm tired of the rain. It's currently parked 30 minutes south here. Yes, you'll be able to buy extra licenses. Yes, you will be able to buy an extra license. And that, so if you have, it's going to be $29.99 a month. Here's where it is for it, and you get your 2 licenses. If you say need 4 more licenses, you'll purchase those licenses, but it'll still be that. So it's kind of I think it's best of both worlds, right? You can get extra licenses, but you don't have to pay a monthly subscription for those. So that's where we're going to. And the price, I think it'll be, it won't be where you have to buy a second wizard for it. So, it won't be that much, but we're going to make it work for it. And those are some of like the growing pains that we'll have as we go through this new process of doing things, just changing the name instead of, Design Wizards, 6, it's going to be 2026 this version. And as Corel updates, we're going to update along with them. There's already so much stuff that Corel has changed where 5 isn't working with the way it needs to be, and we got to do different stuff. So we're going to rock and roll through all that with this way. All right, let's get back to it. Number 4 is let's streamline that customer experience. Okay? When rushes hit, every single second counts. A slow website, confusing checkout, unclear message, it can cost you hundreds in lost sales. Take the time to test your systems now. Make sure that your product listings are clear, that your links work, and that any of your shipping times, rush fees, everything any information you want them to see, that is all visible to them. Because customers will buy faster when they don't have to guess. Think about the customer journey. How do they find you? How do they shop? And how do they order? If anything takes more than 2 clicks, it can start to feel confusing. So let's fix it now before the rush, because simplicity equals sales. This is also the perfect time to create templates for common messages like order confirmed, out for delivery, holiday cutoff reminder. Consistency. Well, that's what keeps you calm, and that's what keeps customers happy. So, some examples of this is a Shopify store owner used an automated thank you email that included next step instructions and that reduced the support messages by 80%. Another maker added an FAQ section about shipping and order cutoffs to her homepage, and the email dropped the emails to answer more questions dropped dramatically. All right. So, action step for this is let's just check out your process from start to finish like a customer would. If anything feels clunky or confusing, it'll confuse them. And so now is the time to fix it. And now, number 5, number 5, number 5, number 5. Protect your energy like a resource. Black Friday, that whole weekend, you know, is not just about speed. And it's about stamina. You're going to be tired, but there is a difference between tired and depleted. You know, protecting your energy now means that you are pacing your workload and setting boundaries before burnout hits. Schedule breaks just like you would schedule your orders. Get sleep. Stay hydrated. If you need to, prep meals in advance. But most importantly, give yourself permission to rest when you need it. Because you cannot pour creativity into a cup that's already empty, right? The most successful makers, those aren't the ones who work the longest. Those are the ones who plan the smartest. So protect your focus, protect your joy, and the rest will just fall into place. So some examples of this is a maker set up quiet hours in their studio from 7 to 9 every morning. This is production only. No emails, no messages, just focus. You know, Another print shop, they block off Sundays after Black Friday for zero work, non-negotiable recovery day, right? So they don't do anything like that. Yes, we got it in here. We're not going to do anything on Sunday. So for the action step on this is let's write out your non-negotiables for the next 3 weeks. Meals, sleeps, days off, kids events, anything that's going on, family time. Your business will survive, but your energy won't if you do not do that. So to recap all this, because we are going to get through Black Friday without the breakdown. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to batch everything because we're going to stay focused and not frantic. We're going to price with confidence because we want to protect our margins and our worth. We're going to promote like a promote like a pro, and we're going to do that early, loud, and consistent. We're going to streamline the experience so it makes it easier for customers to buy. And most importantly, we're going to protect our energy because burnout does not pay the bills. Because Black Friday, it doesn't have to be chaos. With the right systems and the mindset, you'll go into it calm, caffeinated, and confident, right? You're ready to make this your biggest weekend yet. Now, that's what we got for you as we go into next week. Remember, no show on Monday. So we'll be back for this on Wednesday. And that's going to be the cutoff conundrum. That's what we're going to talk about, how to set up, announce, and actually stick to your holiday deadlines and keep the customers happy while we'll do so. So that's going to be next Wednesday. Now, any questions, comments, concerns as we go through here? Yes, you'll be able to buy 2 extra licenses. I think I already answered that one. Hi, Barb from Jeff. Ark is in Williamstown, Kentucky, headed that way. Tim, good morning. Tinting away, trying to get this week over. Just keep swimming, Tim. Just keep swimming. That's what we're gonna do. Hi, Tim from Jerry and Barb. And Barb said, I would add to do proactive maintenance on all your machines so you can do all the batches. Yeah. And and that's something, like Barb, we've talked about this before, is we have days set for maintenance. Like this is what you're gonna do. I never do maintenance on a Friday. Why? Because if I break something, it's going to happen in the afternoon, and then I can't do anything till Monday to order it, most likely. So I usually do maintenance on a Tuesday. Don't do it on Monday because everything coming in for it. Tuesday is kind of the slow, so not slow, but it gives me time to do it. So if I get it here, I can still order stuff and overnight it and have it here there. I have the orders that came in from it. But yeah, maintenance, having a proper maintenance schedule. We should probably talk about that. Let's put that on there, a maintenance schedule on how we do things, where we go at, for us, we got the multiple printers on it. So, just cleaning those, just the normal stuff. So I think they're there. Sharon, no, it'll probably launch during it. We'll probably go live. We'll show it off on Tuesday. So we'll put it in there Tuesday, right when we go live with it, because we're going to be building out the videos for it. Kind of give you walkthroughs on what's changed, what's going on with it, and get there. And then hopefully you guys can, hopefully you don't break it, but if you break it, great, because then we can see what else is going on with it. But that'll be Tuesday, 11. You see white outside. Ours is supposed to be like that tomorrow. What do they say? Wet snow, wet, heavy snow. I'm not down with that. I don't like the wet, heavy snow. Give me the light, fluffy stuff. Don't give me that wet, dirty, heavy snow that just is not fun. Not fun at all. All right. We have our mentorship community call starting in 33 minutes. So we're going to head over to that. The new community will be opened up this month. Probably Black Friday week. That's one of the meetings just to see where progress is with that. So this month, pay attention to emails, social media, over there, because we're going to see that those flash sales, when those start on Thursday, it's going to be daily only sale. So today is this sale, tomorrow is that sale, the next day is that sale, and that's it. And we'll announce them in the morning. And then there's some where it could just be, hey, we've got limited supply of this and we're selling it, and that's it. When it's gone, it's gone. There's other ones where we're building bundles and packs, and there's only X amount of them. When it's gone, it's gone. Some of the same flash sales, those will be sales during our Black Friday special, but the discounts will not be where they are with it. The bundles will not be where they are with it. So let's say something is, a 50% off bundle at this point. Well, on Black Friday, it might only be 25% off. So urgency on those days. And as we get closer, we'll talk about that because that's stuff we're going through today. All right. With that, you guys, you have an amazing day. You get there. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, Megan. There will be there will be mystery boxes. And the mystery going to be specialty HTV. And because we have a lot of holographic, we have a lot of glitter, we have a lot of puff, we have a lot of brick, we have a lot of flock, we have a lot of things that people don't traditionally use because they haven't had it. They're like, I don't know. So, yes, there will be mystery boxes, and inside of those, there will be some deep discounts on those because we're going to create a sample mystery box. We'll make sure that, maybe it'll be at least a foot of flock in each one of just regular magic flock. So that way, you can kind of go on that. We'll do a value leader in it there, some tape, but yes, at least a foot of each thing, or have it in there, from whether it's the metal HTV, whether it's the puff HTV, whether it's a glow in the dark, whether it is holographic or printed patterned. There's going to be a lot of different options in there for it. So, yes, there will be mystery boxes available. And like I said, those will probably be limited quantity. Why? Because they take time to make. So it's like, oh, here, we got all this for it. So, yes, those will be there. And we're going to rock and roll with that. No, because every day will be a different one. And that way we don't have to worry about it. Now, during the Black Friday, yeah, you can put everything together. But daily stuff, if you want it, we're just because to try and go back and credit in there, it just became a nightmare. We've tried that here in the last week with different ones and going back and credit because we've got some beta testers that are doing some things for us, and it becomes a logistical nightmare to go back in and credit shipping and do that. So that's why if we keep it daily for here to here to here, we're going to do it that way. Streamline the process, batching. That's what we're doing. All right, and we can carry on. I think next week we just might go live during the day, some chit chatting. Or not a scheduled stuff where we're doing this or Tuesday with Todd. Just a little afternoon Facebook chitty chat, maybe YouTube chitty chat, TikTok chitty chat. So pay attention to all those things, and we'll talk more about those as we get into it. So I want you guys to have an amazing weekend. If you have stuff going on, get out there, enjoy it. If you're working, hey, prep for Black Friday, man. We got that coming on. All right. You guys have a great day. We'll see you until next time. Peace, love, press on, and we will see you then.